Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. And thank you especially to Elisabetta, she's not here, who has been supporting me all this time. And yes, I'm here to tell you why I'm here, basically. Everything started with my professional career. Let's say that I am a pure HR. From 2003, when I started my degree in Madrid, in Spain, I'm dedicating all my life, my energy to the HR function, and I'm here to challenge a little bit the concept of HR, right? Challenging, in a way, myself. Before starting, I would like to know, I'm a little bit curious, how many people know about Chaos Group, for example? Thank you. My second question is, how many people are working right now in the HR industry here? HRs, colleagues. Few, okay. Great. Okay, and how many people are happy with the HR function, HR department in your company? No. Okay, I am not sure if I'm going to help you today to make you happy with the HR function, but at least I will try to create the mental model about a good HR function. In my humble opinion, I don't want to impose my opinion, so let's go for it. Oh, okay. Okay. So my presentation has two parts. Sorry. The first part, you're going to see around 15 slides, high-level statements from some people can be difficult to understand, abstract. And with every slide after 50% of the presentation, you see a little bit how concrete and clear are going to be everything, okay? Sorry, I have some problems with the clicks. I'm not sure if... Okay, perfect. I discovered something. So I'm HR, as I told you. Okay, so my context. Okay, as I told you, I have been living, working 16 years in Spain. I came back to Bulgaria in 2017, in January 16. I still remember this day. And, well, at the beginning, I started to talk to the people about HR this, HR that, and I discovered that people call, at least in my experience, okay, people call HR to someone who is going to give you the labor contract, the job description, who is going to talk to you about anything related to your vacation, someone who is going to present, implement some projects from sometimes the head office, if the company is multinational. And recruitment is something different. I got a little bit surprised because I discovered myself in this description in 2011 when I met my mentor, okay? So I still remember one conversation with my mentor. I asked him about the training needs of the company and something related with the salaries. And I told him, I'm going to ask the managers. He said, what? I'm going to ask the managers what they need. I mean, their training needs, what salaries they want to assign to the people. He said, no, you're wrong. You should be able to provide added value to the organization, to the managers. So what you are telling me is that the engineering managers are also HRs. So why you are here? And of course, at that time, I got a little bit, wow, shock. I mean, I'm used to serve to the business. And this person changed my mind completely. He said, no, no, no. HR is the driving force of the organization. You are the most important function. Business has products. Your product is the people. So the people are the thing you should dedicate your time. You should think about it. And I asked, how is that? Give me more information, because I got lost in this conversation. So he said, look, sorry, again. Again. Okay. He said, check the Boston Consulting Group survey called Creating People Advantage. And I said, okay, what I'm going to discover? He said, okay, Boston Consulting Group makes an amazing survey. This is our compass, in my opinion, in our industry. And if you want to know what the real HR departments are doing, you could discover there, you could find there enough information. And this is something like, let's say, the point of transformation for me, when I realized that I have to make something more apart from being reactive, asking the business or the managers, what do you need, right? So you have the information there. I, how to say, suggest you, encourage you to check the Creating People Advantage survey, because to me, if you want to know more about the HR function, this is an extremely good compass. You can see 3,500 people, 100 countries. It's amazing. So what is important in this survey? The most important thing is that according to the business, HR people, the top 3 challenges or goals for any HR department are leadership, talent management, and behavior and culture. Okay, so at that time I have been thinking, okay, but to me this is not HR. Okay, this is more, how to say, like human development. Okay, this is something more. It's not in my head. HR is like managing procedures, cost saving, etc., etc. But this is something different. Another story is when I, in the same company when I met my mentor, I had a colleague, one of the multiple HR managers, because I'm talking about Inditex, is huge country, huge company. You have a lot of people there, and I still remember how this woman showed me an Excel file, and he said, "Do you see here the 2 columns?" I said, "Yes, I see." She said, "Do you see the money here in A and the money in B?" The money in B is less because I have been saving, okay, making the negotiation and with the people who leave the company, taking advantage of their lack of knowledge of the labor law. And this is my contribution to the company, cost saving. So at that time, I realized that something is wrong with HR. HR cannot justify the existence of the department because they save money, okay, as a cost-saving department. Because I'm thinking, if you are focused on cost saving and asking the business what to do, okay, what happened with the people, for example, who leave the company? In a way, you make a very, how to say, profitable negotiation for the company, and after that, these people talk about your company in Glassdoor, or they have friends in other companies. So what about your employer branding? What about your strategy? What about your culture? Okay, what is the culture you're selling in the moment of cost saving or showing somehow very polemic values? So this is my question, and this is why I started thinking that we're not in the right industry, in the right place. So here, my proposal is, why not? Why not talking about HD? So if you're wondering what does it mean, to me HD is human development, because I still believe that talking about human resources is like talking to someone in the street and saying, hello, human resource is like hello, a table. So for me, we cannot compare the human resources with the people. They're something different, and the evolution of our sector and the demands of the business are completely different today. So the most valuable thing, the thing that any HD department, somehow I'm putting the slide, the last slide at the beginning, okay? So this is the vision, the final part of the presentation. So in my opinion, what is the most valuable thing that your human development department can provide to the company? What is the most important thing? The most important thing is that people ask a very simple question: who is responsible for my success? Who decides my attitude? My manager, my company, my head office, my wife? Okay, so in the moment when your human development department is able to generate internal locus of control in every organizational member, I believe that the human development department succeeds in a way, is successful, and the job is done, okay? Which are the main, or how to recognize that the job is done? In my opinion, there are 4 really clear characteristics that can help us to recognize such culture, such job, okay? Number 1 is ownership. Can you imagine an organization where the people really care about the main goals of the company, where the people really know what to do? The people are even able to propose their goals, okay? And the people are conscious that taking actions, they're responsible for taking action. They're responsible for changing their life. Another very important point to me is the internal motivation. A lot of people are talking in the different organizations I have been working for. Money this, money that, money this, money that. Okay, I understand that, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, the money is completely external motivation factor. For example, how many people know about Daniel Pink and the theory about internal, external? Okay, not many. Okay, whatever. I suggest you to have a look to type Daniel Pink on Google, and you will see about internal, external motivation. The feed forward is another topic. I want to, in my opinion, it's clear that HD is doing a great job. The feed forward to me is something that can make the feedback better. I mean, feedback is something about the past. Feedback is very powerful tool. Any leader has to use the feedback properly, and this is our main tool on a daily basis. The problem is that we cannot change things in the past, okay? And in my experience, talking about the future, building with the people the future, giving feedback by creating the future is something very, very, very important, and it's working. And to me, it's the future of communication. And finally, the can-do attitude. Can you imagine an organization where the people celebrate small success, when the people have sense of urgency, where the people, in a way, no matter what they are thinking, what I'm going to do today, what I'm going to do next to solve this or that. So this is, in few words, the final picture, or this is the vision about the human development function. Okay, in other words, and asking for help to Daniel Goleman, I'm talking about imagining the glass almost full no matter what. I mean, this is something that I love. No matter how hard the job is, no matter how bad your manager is, no matter how bad is your colleague, if you have the power, imagine that you have the power to find something positive in any situation. So you can achieve anything you want to achieve. In Chinese, something that I learned in China, in Chinese, crisis is composed of two characters. The first one means danger, the second one is opportunity. So this is what I mean here, okay? Any situation can be dangerous, but at the same time can be an opportunity. So, and simplifying more and more the presentation, I'm talking about emotional intelligence, okay? I'm talking about emotional intelligence and the four main characteristics of emotional intelligence. The self-awareness, people know what they feel, people can recognize their emotions, people, they even manage or change their emotions. The social awareness or empathy, okay, people know how the other person feels, people have somehow strategic and effective communication. The self-management is the moment when you can control yourself, you can properly make decisions regarding your relationship, what you say, what you think. And finally, all this is the social skills. When you are effective, when you have to build relationship with others, when you have to influence others. Sorry. Now. Okay, so finally the glass is going to be almost full for the Hammond development function when your HD department is working on the emotional intelligence in one word. Okay, so how? So you can wonder how, right? We're talking about why, okay? The why, the base, the for what the human development function. So now, how to do it? So in my opinion, I don't. There are many styles, many situations that you can manage in different way, but the most effective way, in my opinion, is stop telling the people how to build a ship. Don't tell them. Find a way to inspire them. Find a way to help them to remove their fears, their insecurities. Find a way to show them something more than do this, do that, okay? So I like this phrase a lot. This is why it's there. And yeah, I really suggest you to think that the human development and the new way of managing people is not about telling how to build a ship to your people, to your team. And here I want to use the iceberg theory. Some of you may know this, let's say, model. Okay, so here the idea is what we're going to do, right, in human development. I see many companies, they somehow communicate great visions. They put in their websites great missions. Even in the office, you see great things. They say we have these values. We are innovation, initiative, customer focus, excellence, whatever. But sometimes I have the feeling that in a lot of companies, this is not connected to the people. This is like, maybe it's my impression only, but a lot of times you feel like, you know the iceberg, right? Only 20%, around 20%, depending on the survey. The 20% is above the surface of the water, and around and even bigger is the part that is below the surface of the water. So somehow I feel like the company can influence only a small part of the people, only their behavior. What we can see is really small. And they believe that this is the way they're going to change the things. I read a lot of articles, talk to a lot of people, and they say, we changed the procedures, perfect campaign, communications, emails, things are not changing, the transformation fails. So in my opinion, something is not working between a lot of times the company vision, the company mission, and what's going on below, okay? The biggest part of the airbag. What is this part? This is your beliefs, your feelings, your emotions, okay? I see a lot of companies that say, we are going to give 1 week for innovation. And no one is doing nothing during this week. Why they don't want to innovate? If you have a finger-pointing culture, how the people are going to innovate, how the people are going to trust that if something goes wrong, okay, someone is going to support them, someone is going to help them to develop their idea. It's impossible. It's absolutely, in my opinion, it's impossible. So I see a lot of companies like this, exactly in this situation. The wind, the management, the VPs, we go there, and they don't have the approval, the support of people's beliefs, people's true nature, okay? And the human development there, it's a key function. Take care of your HR or human development departments, because you really have to trust them, you really have to give them the chance, like me, for example, I'm happy for that, to build, to influence the people, to build the right culture, and to build the right leadership style. I think here is the moment to say that I do believe that if you don't have the right leadership style, the right leadership team, it's extremely difficult to build the right culture around this team. So human resources can help you a lot. The HD function, the human development function, is extremely important. I know that I'm talking about many managers, they say, how, the culture, HR, no, they don't know. Or human development HR, or leadership school made by HR. Yes, they know what is good for your organization. So trust them and focus on the business, I would say. So now I'm going to start the concrete part, okay, the operational part. I want to share with you some main challenges that the human development function has. So now we're going to talk about 2 different ways to make human development, okay? I'm going to talk about 2 different paths. The transactional human development, or the predictable path, okay? One model is one way, one option, in my opinion, to do the things. And the other option is the bold path, okay? For those companies or those people who dare to challenge the status quo. Okay, so this is the predictable path. Everything is well organized. Everything is based on one thing, generating efficiency in the company. And to me, somehow the transactional HD is very well organized. Every step makes sense. Every step helps the next step. And for example, you can see here, okay, it's the transactional HD, I suggest like one of the options, starts from the first question you ask before running a company, why to run a business, okay? Which is the reason why. And everything comes from 2 very important, let's say, metrics, time and money, because this is why you make an organization, a company. And you need the most important part. You need the people. So everything is very well structured, okay, from the job description. So you hire, for example, you say, before even hiring the first developer, if you're an IT company, you wonder, okay, so this developer, what competences skills should have, the KPIs, the main responsibilities, and this is how you start. Design, hire, inspire, okay? In the first part, you think about the position, about the competencies, and after that, once your design about what chair do you need in your organization, all the HR or HD decisions are based on this job description. I mean, the 4 talent standard strategies: identification, attraction, retention, and development. And the other part is the bold path. I see many companies, more and more every day, they put the people in the center, in the middle. The people are the most important part. Everything is integrated, everything is around the people, and everything is for the people. you can see from the budget decisions to the exit interviews, everything is for the people, because I believe that we're living a new, completely new times, new world, where the technology, the information is absolutely free, democratic, and people can work from everywhere. Where I believe I'm going to see driverless cars. They exist. 3D reality or new ways of learning. The world is changing. So this is why I'm talking not only about the transactional part based on efficiency, but about the both part. And going to some concrete, let's say, I'm going to make like a benchmark between the transactional part and both part, going to some concrete topics, okay? The transactional human development, the predictable part, and what you can find in a lot of companies is focus on right distribution of roles and responsibilities, as I said about the job description, okay? And everything is around organizational structure, but there are another pattern I observe especially in our industry. Many companies, is because of Agile, okay? Many companies, they bet on Agile. They say, we're going to be Agile, we're going to use Agile, okay? And this cannot be done only with roles and responsibilities. This is, let's say, for me, next level of organizational structure. And in a way, I believe that even giving feedback or making one-on-one with only one person is going to change in the future. Everything will be between teams. Now I'm just dreaming. I mean, I imagine that the performance management is going to be done with team. The whole team is going to be assessed, is going to be responsible for the delivery. And yeah, this is for me the bold part and the most difficult part, developing self-organized teams. It's a little bit related to the first slide about the 4 characteristics: ownership, responsible people, professionals who care about everything, they know what to do. And the leadership style is going to be, in my opinion, the future very, we will need leaders who don't interfere a lot, who just can orient the people and define the right patterns and encourage them. Basically, I'm thinking about 2 functions: orientation, the right pattern, encouraging the pattern, serving the people, and serving the team. Okay, so here's the definition of network of teams. Next topic. Okay, so again, the predictable part and human development transformation. So a lot of companies, a lot of owners of the companies, they're paying their human development department because the department provides efficiency, okay? Tools, procedures, for example, saving costs from here, saving costs from there, making the things in a way efficient. But what I believe is that we should be worried a little bit about the future, or why not excited, and the artificial intelligence is going to change a lot the things. I see, or I imagine that maybe in your companies is happening. Sorry, I'm talking about my case. But if someone has doubt about the vacation policy, the bonus policy, whatever, there will be a bot to solve these doubts. You don't, I mean, the companies there are not going to need, in my opinion, an HR department of 10 people there to solve a vacation problem. Or not sure if it's possible. I mean, as I said, I'm HR, but I imagine that Siri or Alexa can send in very short period of time a report about attrition, okay? Alexa sent me the report in female collective or part of the company in the last 2 weeks, for example, okay? So I guess that this is gonna happen. Here, the function of HR is going, HR or human development is going to change a lot because the new challenge is going to be customizing the approach, taking care of the reputation of the company, because I don't have to convince you about the fact that 2, 3, 4 bad feedbacks about you in Glassdoor can make your hiring process extremely difficult. So in the future, I believe that the HR specialty or the HR specialist will have to shift to employee experience people, employee experience managers to go, as I said, they are beyond any nice user experience. And they will have to take care of, basically the responsibilities are going to be different. I don't say that we have to be worried about artificial intelligence, but what I say, and I really believe, that the artificial intelligence is going to change the rules of the game and the profiles in the HR department function. Okay, another topic that I want to share with you, okay, is the performance management. Some of you have every Q, every 6 months, every year. My impression is that it's okay to generate efficiency. It's okay to provide somehow criteria, objectivity to your people, to your organization, to make sure that people believe in the system, okay? It's correct, but somehow it's a little bit late sometimes. For example, this is my experience as manager. Sometimes I have the feeling that if this day I don't talk to this person, that I do believe that is overload or sad or this person has a problem, if you don't interfere and you say, okay, we're going to talk in December now, for example, we're going to have our performance management, I believe that is going to be too late for some small, how to say, bad feelings. Because in the end, the time you spend in the companies is measured by moments. So if we don't interfere in the right moment, I don't say don't do performance assessment, do it. But in my opinion, it's somehow too late. And the bold part here, what I challenge is providing social ongoing feedback, making your one-to-one policies mandatory, implementing talent optimization tools, and solving the problems on time. Don't leave any problem, whatever related to any bad experience, to have the difficult conversations as soon as possible. This is my suggestion. And this is why I have my doubts about the future of the performance management. And and the last one, it's okay. Again, the predictable path. Most of the companies, what I see is, if you have clear picture about the design of the organization, you can assign proper, after the performance management, you can assign properly training needs. But again, if you don't customize your approach, if you don't solve the problems when it's the right time, and you just divide the organization and approach different group of people, these people, they need communication, the leadership team, this leadership, it's correct, it's completely correct. You need to walk the predictable path. It's absolutely correct. I don't say that is not okay, but what I see, and this is something that, for example, Walmart is doing. For example, if I found an article about Walmart and their approach with the new managers. Okay, so they don't hire academies or trainers anymore. They just have different situations in VR reality, different situations like, for example, a very angry client, okay, or performance management, giving feedback to an employee, and they just use the VR technology to assess and to train their managers. So I think, not sure when, but I think that a lot of training experience is going to be done using VR. And this is fantastic in my opinion, because it's, again, the technology is going to give an amazing opportunity to the companies, to the organizations, to customize the training. I believe that in the future we're not going to have to divide the people according to the process and the results of the performance management to say this competence, that competence. So finally, you'll be able to save time, work on something different, and having, for example, the speech of the CEO and someone sitting in your relax area and learning about the company just without spending any time or making something different. So it's, again, it's not something that we have to be worried about, in my opinion, but it's something that is going to give us another options. It's going to give us time to learn, time to be more strategic. In this is at least my expectation, my opinion. And what are the takeaways? I'm finishing my presentation. First, okay, sorry, my takeaways are questions. Sorry for that. I mean, I don't feel comfortable when I have to share with the people, this is the right thing. I'm not sure what is the right thing, okay? But keep in mind that words mean a lot. And if you call human resources, or if you use the word resources when you talk about people, somehow it's what happened in your subconscious. And shifting or changing to HD is going to help you to provide added value to the organization. I have no doubts about it. Have a look to the Boston Consulting Group Creating People Advantage survey. I really suggest you to dedicate 10 minutes. I think it's enough. And keep in mind the challenge of the HD model, okay? The organization structure, the way we deliver training, the way we give feedback, for example, and above all, the strong connection between the technology, the information technology, and the HR function, between people and technology. Don't be scared of having disruptive approach and be bold and agile. 100% I'm going for the bold path. I have no doubts about it, and something that I want to share with you, don't focus on results. Don't allow others to influence you and to tell you, yeah, just focus on results, because most of us here in this room, we went to school. Some of you, maybe you have children, okay? So if you only focus about what your children, or what marks you score in the school in specific period of time, I mean 6 months, great scores, great marks, the job is not done. At least I have a son, and for me, I don't expect from my son only bringing good marks in specific period of time. A lot of companies are doing only these deadlines and good results. That's all. Don't, I mean, in my opinion, the life, the people management is something more. It's beyond focusing on results. That's all.